You know that feeling, right? You're in a meeting, a huge decision is on the table, and it all comes down to a gut feeling. Or even worse, the opinion of the highest paid person in the room. Well, today we're going to talk about a way to swap that guesswork for actual growth. So let's start with a scene that probably sounds familiar. It's a debate that plays out in offices every single day, and man, people can have some really strong opinions. Okay, picture this. Your team is in a total deadlock over something that seems so small. The color of the add to cart button. It sounds kind of trivial, doesn't it? But what if that one little choice is costing you thousands of dollars? So you've got Team Green over here arguing, green means go, it's universal. Then you've got Team Orange saying, no way, orange pops, it creates urgency. Both sides are just absolutely sure they're right, so who do you listen to? And this really gets to the heart of it. How do we make the call? Do we go with our gut, personal taste, or, the HIPPO, the highest paid person's opinion? Or do we step back and let our actual users tell us what works with cold, hard data? Okay, so let's get into it because there is a simple and honestly an incredibly powerful way to end these debates for good, a way to let your customers make the decision for you. The answer is something called A/B testing. You might also hear it called split testing. And look, don't let the name intimidate you. At its core, it's really just a simple experiment that takes all the guesswork out of your business decisions. The whole concept is beautifully simple. Think of it like a title fight. You have your current version, we call that the champion, and you put it up against a new version with a change you want to test. That's the challenger. Champion versus challenger. Let's see who wins. So how does this actually play out in the real world? Well, it's probably a lot more straightforward than you think. Let's pop the hood and take a look. The whole process really boils down to a simple four-step loop. It all starts with a question, right? Your hypothesis. You might say, I bet an orange button will get more clicks. Then you run the test, randomly showing some people the old version and some people the new one. After you've got enough data, you see which one actually won. And here's the best part. You get to roll out the winner with total confidence because you know it works based on real behavior. Now, here's the thing that makes this a real science, not just throwing stuff at the wall. The goal is to reach what's called statistical significance. Just think of it as your proof. It's the math that tells you, with a really high degree of certainty, that your results are real and not just some random fluke. That's what gives you the confidence to make the change. But just finding a winner? Honestly, that's just the beginning. The real magic of A/B testing is in the deeper story it tells you, the things you can learn about your customers. Okay. Check this out. At first glance, Variant A is the clear winner, right? 5% response rate, great. But, and this is a huge but, when you break down the results by gender, the story completely flips. Variant B was actually way more effective with men. That is a massive insight you would have totally missed just by looking at the top number. And this is exactly why you have to look beyond just that one single metric. I mean, sure, your new button got more clicks, but did it accidentally cause people to spend less money per order? Or did it bring in a ton of new leads who, well, never actually buy anything? You've got to watch out for these hidden trade-offs to make sure a win in one spot doesn't cause a loss somewhere else. I love this quote from Harvard Business School. It really nails why this is so powerful. It's not just about finding small improvements. Experimenting gives you more chances to hit a home run. It means you'll have more huge successes. And you'll also figure out which ideas are total duds way, way faster. You either win big or you learn fast. And either way, you move forward. So all this sounds pretty great. But of course, to get these kinds of valuable results, you have to run your tests the right way. So let's talk about a few of the classic mistakes that can totally throw off your results. There are 3 big ones you really have to avoid. Number 1 is just being impatient, calling a winner way too early before you have enough data. That's a classic way to fool yourself. Number 2 is testing too many things at once. If you change the headline, the image, and the button, you have no idea which change actually made the difference. And finally, you gotta make sure you're measuring what actually matters. Getting more clicks from window shoppers who are never gonna buy anyway, well, that's not a win, that's just a distraction. So, when you put all of this together, you start to realize that A/B testing is way more than just another tool in the toolbox. It's a whole different way of operating. You can really think about it in 2 ways. You can wear your scientist hat, where your goal is to learn something deep and fundamental about your customers, or you can put on your investor hat, where you're laser focused on maximizing a specific metric, like revenue. Both are totally valid, they just serve different goals. But really, in the end, this is all about changing a company's culture. It's about building a culture of learning, where great ideas are welcome, but evidence is what wins the argument. It takes the ego out of decision-making and replaces it with what actually works. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. What is the most important decision in your business, on your team, right now, that you are making based on a guess? Because as we've just seen, there's a pretty good chance you don't have to.